Step 2. This is your girl cooking with Steph, and we are at step 2. We're getting this skillet preheated. I'm going in with some vegetable oil to be able to saute my vegetables. Then we're going in with the vegetables. We're allowing that everyday skillet to warm up. That oven has been preheated. The bacon is in. Should be preheated enough for me to be able to go ahead and start sauteing my vegetables. Let's give it a test. It's not warm enough yet. You can always test. While that is warming, I'm going to bring the fire up on that a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and put my vegetables up that I'm not using at this time. Happy Friday, everyone. So I'm going to put those peppers, that tomato, that onion. Want to put that up. I'm adding in my peppers and my onions. We're going to saute those peppers and those onions together. I'm going to bring that fire down just a little bit. Let's go ahead on and season these vegetables. And I am going to season these with a little Himalayan pink salt, a little crushed ground black pepper. I will be making chorizo. So I'm sauteing my vegetables. I'm getting that ready to add in the chorizo. We're going to saute everything first. Being that I'm using 4 eggs, I'm only going to use 1 stick of this chorizo. What I mean by 1 stick is 1/2 of what you see. It's a tube. So we're going to cut it in half at that tube, and we're only going to use 1/2 for 4 eggs. I also want to go in with a little of garlic powder. I want to go in with some onion powder. I want to go in with some crushed ground black pepper. Put that oil up. Let's get these eggs ready. What we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get our eggs cracked and ready. Remember I said I was going in with 4 eggs. That's the reason for the amount of vegetables. That's the reason for the stick of chorizo. Okay, everything we want to show out today. I'm going to bring the fire down. I am now going in with my tomatoes. Let's give this a good stir. Those vegetables are marinating. They are sauteing. Or I like to see a little more sauteed on. So I'm going to go ahead in at this time. And I am adding in my last vegetable. Let's bring that fire on back up to about a 3. Going in with the last vegetable. The tomatoes. When you make a mistake, keep going. Keep going. Clean as you go. Going in now, next step, we're going in now with that chorizo. I am going to go ahead and salt my eggs. And I'm just going to simply salt my eggs with a little of coarse salt. That's about a half teaspoon of kosher salt. I am now going in with my chorizo. Y'all with me? That is 1 stick of chorizo. We're going to simply spread that chorizo throughout those vegetables. Going to simply fold those vegetables in. Giving this chorizo a chance to cook and marry into all of those flavors. And that is what it looks like once everything is incorporated together. Okay? Let's have a look at that bacon. Let's have a peek at that bacon. That bacon is about ready. That bacon is about ready. Let's change the handle on this. Let's get ready to bring this bacon out. Who likes theirs like this? I want mine to cook a little bit more. Push that on back in there. And we are going to get ready to complete our chorizo. Last thing needs to be added to this pan are the eggs. I am going to also go in with my chorizo and add about 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. Going to go in maybe with about 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. You want to let that chorizo cook. Eyeballing it, I am going to go in with about another 1/2 of a chorizo, only because I like mine meaty. Okay? So I went in with a stick of chorizo and a 1/2. Why hell? Why save this? Let's just go in with both sticks of that chorizo. Okay? Then we're going to mix everything in real good together. You don't need to add anything else. Okay, let's go ahead and mix this together. It just wasn't enough meat for me. Wasn't enough meat for me. So this is our chorizo. with all of our vegetables in there. And we're just going to simply allow that to cook and do its thing. Keeping our eye on our bacon because we know it's about ready. And I like my bacon about getting right there. So I'm going to go ahead on and drain my bacon. Go ahead on and drain our bacon. Who else keeps a container that they drain their bacon into? There's mine. Okay. Our bacon is ready. Last ingredient going into that chorizo will be those eggs. I'm going to give those a light beat, a light mix, but not just yet. Let's cook this chorizo. Just go ahead on and off that oven. I like to cook my chorizo. I'm not in no rush when I cook my chorizo. I'm going to bring that fire down just a little bit and allow that to cook. You'll know when you're making some progress with that because that oil will absorb. Don't go and change the load in the washer or dryer. Don't go send a fax or email. Stay with your pot. Because one thing about chorizo is it cooks quickly. Okay? So you always want to stay with your pot. That chorizo is cooking. That bacon is ready. I've added some kosher salt. Being that I added both sticks, let me go ahead on and add another egg. If it's too much work for me to get to, guess what? We're going to work with what we have. Okay, wasn't too bad. So I'm going to go ahead on now and add egg 5. Egg 5. You want the chorizo to be equal to your egg amount. Okay? You want your chorizo to be equal to your egg amount. Go ahead and give that a good toss. Beat it, beat it, beat it. You're going to beat that real well. We're going to give this a stir. Like I said, I like to cook my chorizo. I am allowing that chorizo to cook. I'm going to bring that fire on down on a low and let her simmer. We're not in any hurry. And that is a quick meal, ladies, that we can whip up for our families. That dish, my darling, is chorizo and eggs with a side of bacon. I will be having fresh fruit with it versus toast. This is the fresh fruit versus the toast. In a few minutes, we're going to go ahead and complete this dish. One thing I don't do is I don't like to rush when I'm cooking. I want that chorizo to cook. All those great vegetables are in there. And I'm going to go ahead and bring that fire up to a 2 because we will soon be tossing those eggs in there and completing that dish. I'm going to move that chorizo to the side, and I'm going to go ahead on and drop these eggs right in all that natural oil. We're going to allow that to cook. That bacon is ready. We're just going to allow that to cook. And that completes this cooking tutorial on chorizo and eggs. And you just want to simply stay with your pot. Combining those eggs as they cook. And this is my chorizo and eggs. You can cook your eggs as soft as you like or as hard as you like. I don't like hard eggs. So at this point, I am going to turn my fire off and allow that to continue cooking. And this is my chorizo and eggs. Thanks for joining your Girl Cooking with Steph. That bacon, I will just sit right on top. It will stay warm. And all you need to do is take that, put it right on top. You can serve it with toast, biscuits, or you can have it just like this. Let's have a taste. That's it. Have a piece of bacon with it. And dinner is served. Thanks for joining your Girl Cooking with Steph.